Latest update on would-be presidential candidates. Sirasa wreaks havoc wherever he goes. Sagi to start work before New Year. AKD's international acceptance holds for now.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Latest update on would-be presidential candidates. The unending procession of presidential hopefuls continues with the two latest additions. One is Justice Minister Wijayadasa Rajapaksa. The other is Crown Prince of the Rajapaksa clan, Namal Rajapaksa. Wijayadasa attended the Sri Lanka Freedom Party's EXCO meeting last Saturday. He was there at Maithripala's invitation to deliver a guest lecture. In his speech, the minister recalled the services rendered by the SLFP and said there is no other party capable of bringing the country out of its present mess. He said the SLFP should not underestimate its organising prowess and advised it to rally together and win the forthcoming polls. Following his speech, the SLFP adopted a resolution to expel Mahinda Amarawira, Lasantha Alagiawane and Duminda Disanayake from party positions. That was over their supporting President Ranil Wickremesinghe and sabotaging attempts to form an anti-government alliance. After the EXCO meeting, many requested Wijayadasa to be their presidential candidate. Noting that he was similarly asked by Nayaka Theras too, Wijayadasa said he would consider their suggestion. Anyway, he has told some journalists that he would contest only if Ranil does not contest the presidential election. In the meantime, Namal continues to challenge Ranil in every manner possible. As the party's national organiser, he brought big crowds to Saturday's SLPP rally in Tangaul. Gota's advisor Iranda Ginigai says that since the convention in Hambantota, Buddhist clergy from across the country have been sending their blessings to Namal after he called on them to receive their advice. Now it seems that he will be a certain candidate from the SLPP, win or lose. When a media boss inquired from him, Namal conceded that Ranil rebuilt the country to some extent. But he now works against SLPP policies and against Mahinda's nationalist programme, he said. Being the country's biggest party, as shown at the Tangaul rally, the SLPP will have to make a decision. Namal had observed that if they fail to field a candidate, persons like Dilith Jayawira will snatch Mahinda's vote base. His close friends, such as former Youth Services Council Chairman Damitha Wickremesinghe, say Namal has already made up his mind. So there clearly is a challenge from Namal to Ranil, and also to SLPP seniors holding ministerial positions. That could well create yet another splitting of the party. Sirasa wreaks havoc wherever he goes. The Leader TV has been saying that Maithripala Sirisena's most recent claim could lead even to a diplomatic crisis. That has now become true. SJB's Harsha De Silva, quoting from a report in the Sunday Times, said Sirasa has dragged a top Indian diplomat into his claim that he knows the Easter Sunday attack masterminds. Presently, the Criminal Investigations Department is inspecting CCTV footage from Sirisena's home and those surrounding it to find out the mysterious stranger who came to his home and tipped him off about the perpetrators of the attacks. According to the statement Sirasa has given to the CID, he has first met that stranger at a function at a foreign diplomatic mission. He has failed to give a name, but said he would be able to recognise him if he sees him again. Also under questioning are the persons who were with him in Kandy, where he made the claim. Statements have already been obtained from Ekanayake and Susila. The Diyawadana Nilame too is to be questioned, because he hosted Sirasa to lunch on that day. The first hint about this came at a party thrown by Sajinvas Gunawardena for a selected group of journalists. Two higher-ups in Dilith's Aruna newspaper are digging this up. Group correspondent Surawera posed the particular question to Sirasa and Ada Dirana first sent it as a SMS alert. According to Professor Rohana Lakshman Piyadasa, the boss had not uttered a word about that before the journalist asked the question. After hearing about a pro-Ranil conspiracy to gain control of the SLFP, Sirasa summoned his ex-co and removed Amarawira, Alagiawane and Duminda from party positions. A few days earlier, he invited former General Secretary Dayasiri Jayasekara and offered him a different position if he rejoins the party. But Jayasekara insisted on his demand that he be given his former position. Also, Minister Wijayadasa's presence at the EXCO meeting raised many an eyebrow. Reportedly, the invitation had originally gone to URF leader Patali Ranawaka, who first accepted but later declined it. Patali had allegedly been told by Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga not to attend. When Wijayadasa was seen among those present, many wondered why he was there. Some said he would be clarifying the Online Safety Act, which the party opposed. Others said he would explain the legal aspects of Sirisena's Easter Sunday attacks claim. But he spoke of neither, and instead gave those present a morale booster. Anyway, the Attorney General is busy with looking into Sirisena's claim, just like former Health Minister Kehalia Rambukwela's case was tackled. Sirisena has been ordered to tell the Maliga Kanda magistrate what he knows on April 4th. By the look of it now, Sirisena seems to be wreaking havoc wherever he goes. Sajith to start work before New Year. The SJB is going to form its alliance called Samagi Jana Sandanaya on April 5th. This alliance will have the support of independent MPs, as well as Tamil, Muslim and estate parties, says SJB's election operations chief Sujiwa Senasinghe. Sajith will be the leader of the new alliance. Speaking to the media, Senasinghe also said the President Wickramasinghe will have to lose hope of luring a few of the SJB talents to the UNP. But UNP General Secretary Palitha Rangai Bandara last week repeated claims to the contrary and said he had talks with the SJB group moments earlier. Speaking at a press briefing, he said they will join once the election is announced. Also, the SJB will mark the first anniversary of its Samagi Buddhi Mandapaya at Hotel Shangri-La on the 7th. SJB Deputy National Organiser SMA Marikar says it is the biggest gathering of intellects by a political party to formulate nation-building policies. Last night there was talk that Ranil had attended an Easter Sunday party thrown by a SJB MP from Gampaha at his home. 2 more party MPs from Kurunegala and Kagala were there along with the President's secretary and a military chief. They chatted for more than an hour, finishing several bottles of single malt whisky along the way. Sajith has been eyeing this trifecta of lawmakers with suspicion for some time. In the meantime, there is talk that Rajitha Senaratne and Sarath Fonseca, too, are grouping separately. So, social media comments note that Sajith should better curtail his running around the country with big talk, stop the one-man show, and give some responsibilities to his MPs. AKD's international acceptance holds for now. Sunil Handanetti had a one-on-one with TV director party activists live without an income. Comments to the video of the interview said it was proven that the JVP was without a proper stand on serious matters such as debt restructuring. A state minister briefed Ranil about what Handanetti said on that TV show. He only replied with a sneer, and an advisor of his remarked that even Dilith had a better understanding of the economy. Anyway, the NPP is busy at work, with everybody given specific things to perform. It is also liaising with the international community. In March alone, diplomats from as many as 9 countries met Anura Kumara Disanayake for talks. On March 6th, he was met at the JVP head office by the top diplomats from Indonesia, Turkey, Malaysia, Palestine, Bangladesh and Maldives. 2 days later, the Cuban ambassador and his first secretary met NPP leaders. Those were followed by meetings with the Canadian High Commissioner and Second Secretary on the 13th and the Japanese ambassador, his deputy and the Second Secretary on the 19th. These are contrary to claims by certain parties and government ministers that the NPP maintains ties with communist countries only. Since December, it has had meetings with top diplomats from Germany, Switzerland and countries in the European Union too. NPP supporters say these diplomats were meeting their leaders with a proper appraisal of their certain election victory. But more than 6 months remain for the presidential polls. Both the government and the SJB say it will not be easy for the NPP to maintain its popularity. Once an election is announced, the ensuing propaganda campaigns can change the voters' mindset considerably. Therefore, it is not advisable to rely on the present situation. The other thing is there is a silent majority. They will be a decisive factor. That's it for today.